Remind me again, why are we reviewing this figure? Because a friend of ours asked us to do it. You realize this will be 2 reviews in 1 month. I'm not a machine. Fine, I'll do it. Move aside. Having trouble. You must have nailed it down or something. Is that what you think? Probably. Besides, I'm tired of working out this morning. I did like 3,000 bench presses of like 400 pounds, so... You do realize the world record is like 82 reps of 225 pounds, right? Whatever, dude. You don't know me. Get started, please. Let's all see what we have here. As you wish. Patrick WAPNER'S court is now in session. I don't like the tone of your face right now. Hear ye, all gather round for Wei Jiang's ALCEE. Come one, come all, see. Last one, I promise. Welcome to the 3rd official assembly of Patrick WAPNER'S court. This is the only Transformers review forum on YouTube where an unbiased real-world technical specification is established by means of a mock trial. The burden of proof will be examined here in this video to provide you, the court of public opinion, the most objective look possible at the figure herein. For a tutorial pertaining to the scoring system used henceforth, please check the description below for the walkthrough video explaining everything. I am your presiding official over such matters, as always, the Honorable Judge Patrick WAPNER himself, and today we will be reviewing case number 042917, otherwise known as Wei Jiang's Robot Force Support Fighters Deformation Era ALCEE. Geez, that's a mouthful. Not here, not this one. I've spent some time with this toy over the past few days, and I submit to you the following evidence for consideration. Wei Jiang continues to impress with their packaging, but after their MO1 and MO2 respectively, this overall presentation can't help but be disappointing. It's light on images, but it's all you need. The artwork is nice, but the eyes sufficiently creep me out. I can't decide if she's scared, dead, or piercing my soul with the guilt of 10,000 underpaid women in the workplace. Whatever it is, it's working. And what's with the weird movie Optimus detail lurking in the background? It feels like every stalker movie poster ever made. Opening the box yields a very tough and sturdy clamshell. Freed from all 4 tape strips, the lid does not want to come off, no matter which direction I pull from. It's so weird. The harder you fight it, the tighter it gets. I don't know if they meant to do it, but they successfully created a Chinese figure trap. Double the pun, double the fun. This oversized representation of RC is more G1 than perhaps even G1, with its slavish use of pretty pinks, whites, and ice blues. Wei Jiang removed the black that was found on the Hasbro toy, which I'm a little torn over. The lack of black does match the source material a little better. The colors are still nice and do match pretty well. There is some pink plastic swirl going on, and the white paint on the die-cast thighs is a little bit more vibrant and glossy than the surrounding white plastic. Did I mention how much I love the ice blue clear windshield and the cockpit? It gives it kind of a Lego feel. Overall though, this girl is a very, very nice space car. But the cheap, tiny, super thin Oregon Trail wagon wheels, the huge gaps behind the fenders, and the Tivana logo looking profile take me out of the experience a little bit. The transformation was new to me, but I will have to dock it fresh and inventive points because it's just the same as the Hasbro release. Unfortunate downside of the Oscorp world. Even though the robot is clearly visible on the underbridges of the car, I love how its bits and pieces contort and move around for an interesting cubism appearance. The conversion is pretty simple and definitely is not masterpiece level even if the vehicle mode looks the part. Everything feels easy and intuitive. The scariest part are the connections of the hips to the pelvis. The rotating pin here is more flexible than I would like to see on a joint that needs as much ratcheting oomph as this one does. And boy does it need some oomph. The oddest part about this whole process is that there's only two areas where the figure semi-clicks into place in robot mode. And it's a mystery to me where and how it happens for one of them. It's somewhere in the chest, that's all I know. But it's all basically held together with tight friction on each of the hinges. That's it. Nothing fancy, but it does diminish the high-end feel. Wei Jiang's motto here was, keep it simple, stupid. Again, this is definitely RC. The paint and coloration are done well. The proportions and silhouette are a little off, probably the weakest part about the figure. The giant hang glider backpack and these childbearing hips. And while we're on the topic of childbirth, what is up with this molded second trimester pooch here in the center with the belly button? Why is this here? This was a flat feature in the cartoon, and I don't know what they were thinking. It's unnecessary. And don't think for 1 second I didn't notice the pink molded details in the bikini areas to give you the illusion of said bikini. At least it's not as bad as a couple Fembot releases we've seen lately. Those are shameful. I'm a big fan of the ditched bipedal pumps in favor of the flat-footed flops that we have right here. Action hero plus heels equals disaster. Just ask Bryce Dallas Howard. Personally speaking, while I still do love this mode overall, there are two things that still bug me. The aforementioned influence of female humanoid design, and two, the fact that I can't unsee robot Ewan Bremner in the head sculpt. Couple that with sufficiently effective fright piping, and I'm bugging out. The quality of this toy is quite appropriate, and the addition of the die cast and the otherwise thunderous thighs is, as our British brethren would say, cheeky. It's the correct word use, I looked it up. The joints and the ratchet clicks are all tight. I am experiencing some issues with 2 points of connection that I'm not entirely sure if it's my fault or if it's the figure's fault. The belly bit and the neck bit are about 50% reliable. Considering statistics, if connections work some of the time, but not all of the time, it's most likely a variable that I am changing, but the stiffness of each hinge helped keep everything in place regardless. A happy accident. The size of ALCEE definitely fits the masterpiece scale, no doubt about it. And as unofficial fan mode proof, she fits in Optimus Prime's trailer. To some, she might come across as a little bulbous in some areas, but you never talk about a woman's weight. Especially ones with crazy eyes. She fits right in aesthetically too, which is weird. My score here might have been a little different 5 years ago, when the likes of MP10 or the MP Cars started coming out. Their hyper-realistic alt modes didn't leave much room for cartoony cartoony futuristic space fembots. Cartoony futuristic land speeders. Cartoony Their hyper-realistic take on alt modes didn't leave much room for the cartoony futuristic fembot land speeders. But with the inclusion now of MP Inferno, Shockwave, and now Megatron, this works now. Except for those rubbish button wheels. They don't belong anywhere. It's just nice to see her rolling with some of her cartoon Cybertronian cohorts in this level. Does that mean I won't buy a Takara or third-party release of RC later on? No, I probably will, but I'm perfectly content with her fitting in with Team Toon for the time being. It's hard to knock points off this robot mode for trying to fit in with the Masterpiece line. As outlined earlier, I think there are some she fits with, and others not so much. Clearly the size is a plus and never gets lost on the shelf. The arms aren't that dissimilar from Masterpiece Cheetor, except that they work. Was that a little catty? In the end, she does look like a current Masterpiece RC stand-in. One thing made clear in this review though when I was looking at this figure is that we need more fembots. Well done fembots, mind you. RC can't be the only lady in the war room. It's 2017, people. Equal rights, equal mights. The legs are obviously visible here. They keep in line with the RC heritage and bear a striking resemblance to an actual design intent. They are definitely better than the exposed hands we've seen on other previous RCs. The guns store away nicely underneath the car, but the lack of concealed storage options for these ice blue sword/gun things is a huge bummer. It wouldn't be so bad if they didn't look so stupid no matter which way you tried it, and they don't hold that well, especially in the spoiler area. And if you don't like the way they look, you could always throw them to Kuwait. No, not that Kuwait. I'm talking about the box or bin that you keep unused weapons, accessories, instructions, and or things. I'm so acro-nimble. Yeah, so I don't know if you noticed or not, but there's a wee bit of a problem in the backpack here. A little junk in the trunk, fear in the rear, dump in the rump? Okay, no, that doesn't count. That's something much different. Spoiler alert, it can be removed, but then it has nowhere to go. And that's a huge no-no in my book. So either the backpack takes the 0 here, or the drawer part takes the 0 later. I'll dock it here. The weapons, on the other hand, all have a place to go, even if they do look clunky, out of place, and hinder functionality in most storage options. Well molded, nicely accented, and never boring, the weapons are pretty great in their own right. I love everything about them, except for maybe the storage options, which we already went over. They can be wielded in a number of different ways. Here, 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 and here. Decisions, decisions. The ice blue blades are super cool, and I especially like the small little black laser gun for some reason. The real highlight here is that you can of course remove the Kibble-tastic shell from her back, if you so choose. It's a nice option that I'll never use. That's my choice because I view drawer parts as way worse than Kibble. And we're all about a collector's right to choose, right? Right? Wow. Yep. Yes, but then... yeah. Uh-oh. Yes. Yes. Wow. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Nothing at the waist or abs. That's good. But watch the belly. Oh. Sorta. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Wow. Yes. Nope. Nope. For having such a small footprint, she certainly is sure-footed. I attribute that to the rock-solid ankle tilts that she has. They're very tight. She could have used the ankle rollers for increased posability, but in the end she doesn't need them. Everything is super strong here, and she can hold all of her weapons. She can hold all of them at once if you wanted her to. I wish the removable backpack could have been used as a riot shield because she could totally handle it. She's like Rosie the Riveter. She can handle anything you throw at her. The same could not be said for so many figures out there. I'm actually having trouble thinking of one right now, but they are out there. Look guys, I have to say it, while I appreciate that the kibble can be removed from the backpack, I really do wish that they could have implemented some sort of riot shield or something usable out of it. Even a boogie board. I don't care. Why didn't they include this option? They clearly molded pegs into the hood in order to attach to the body. Why couldn't they have made the shapes of those pegs the same shapes that are in the side of her arms? I feel like this could have pushed ALCEE right over the top for me, as a wholly different figure. But as it is, it's just another Oscorp output. A nice one, but not quite an exquisite one. They were so close. Also, the 13 weeks pregnant design, and the wheels are ugly and thin and stupid, and I hate them. Look, I don't know what else to say here. We don't have a Masterpiece RC yet, and this isn't Masterpiece RC. But man, she does hold her own against her double and triple price brethren. She certainly is built very well, and I totally feel that she's worth the asking price of between 40 and 45 US dollars. Nothing feels fragile, nothing feels loose, and everything is very well done. I would say that you're not getting a steal here, but you're definitely getting your money's worth until an official Takara release comes out. Or perhaps when a third party comes along and blows us away. In the meantime, she's working hard for me money, and I'm quite pleased. Okay, we've reached the ruling, and I'm excited to share with you the final score. After reviewing and deliberating all of the evidence up to this point, we are going to have to give Wei Jiang's Robot Force, Support Fighters, Deformation Era, ALCEE a 79.3%. I'm curious to see what you think about that score. I think she both disappointed me and surprised me in different areas, perhaps areas that I wasn't expecting. The kibble thing in the back, you're either going to love it, you're going to hate it, you're going to like what they did, you're going to not care what they did. I don't know. It just depends on your own personal flavor. But how this scoring system works, we took that into account for both sides. Welcome to sentencing. Because the score is in the passing range, she's going to avoid execution. I think that goes without saying. But you know, she's only going to tick off a few boxes for some of you. So with that said, the sentence for ALCEE here is going to be Masterpiece Collection placeholder until a presumably superior version comes out. At which time you can just probably toss her in the box with all the other Kuwait pieces. Or sell her. But for now, she fits. I know that Fans Toys just literally teased their version of RC called Rouge, not Rogue. And Toy World has shown us their version of an RC called Leia, whose alt mode is Great Heavenly Ghost, pure and unadulterated rubbish. So I guess there's at least one to look forward to on the horizon. We would like to thank Gray Lee of bestgray.com for promptly shipping our purchase to us. Thanks a million, my friend. Check out his website or his Amazon store of the same name for great customer service and wonderful communication. He has a wide variety of transformers and other items to choose from, including ALCEE here. He supports free shipping in many cases without minimum buys, so that's a huge plus. Look for the smiley face sticker on the packages at your doorstep so you know which box to open first. Last thing, and it's been bugging me this entire review. Did anyone notice the irony dripping off of the name change from RC to ALCEE from a Chinese company? No? Just me? Alright, watch the end of A Christmas Story and you'll know what I mean. And with that, court is adjourned. We're getting better at these, aren't we? I think so. You did a nice job. Thank you. Well, I think I'll take my recess now. Okay. See you for the next review. Thank you. Have a great recess. We'll see you next time. You're still unworthy. Shut up. Gaveltron, come to me.